Hey guys, it's Jack Pumpkinton here, and I had a little bit of extra time, and before this guitar actually goes, I wanted to do a cool video comparison. So, in my last video, I showed how I got this in the mail, which this is my Gibson SG Platinum Series. It's basically a Gibson SG Studio or Special, whatever you want to say, with some cosmetic changes, but everything else, excluding the tuners, which is an upgrade, is the same as a regular Gibson Special SG. This is a Epiphone G400. It's their SG equivalent of kind of like an SG standard. This is in red. It's all stock. Nothing's been changed except for an added little strap button on the horn. I don't know why I can't think. So, what's different? Well, there's not a whole lot different besides the obvious for the colors and cosmetic stuff, but functionality-wise, what's different? Pickups are different. These have Epiphone branded pickups. These are the Gibson 490R and 490T. I would guess these are just generic standard Epiphone pickups. Tuners are the same. The only difference is this has a brush chrome look, and this is just regular chrome. Normally Gibsons actually don't come with Grover tuners, but this one does. This model does. It's actually stock for the model. This is probably 1 or 2 pieces of wood slapped together. This is probably like 4 or 5 pieces of wood slapped together. And that's really about it. This used goes for about $500, maybe a little more depending on the condition. This used goes for about $250 on the high end. So this is literally, in the used market, 2 times the cost of this. Now, is it 2 times the guitar? I would say no. I would say no because there are some differences. The neck profiles are different. This has a rounder or a fuller neck with a flatter bottom. This is a skinnier neck with a round bottom. So I know that sounds confusing, but so the feel is automatically different. They both are lacquered necks. I haven't done anything to edit that, nor have they been edited before I received these guitars. However, I will be doing something to this neck. This is an ebony fretboard, and this is, I'm gonna guess, rosewood, because it's before all the CITES stuff happened and rosewood was taboo. But you know. And this is made in the USA, 100%. This is made in, looks like this one is made in China. Some of them are in Korea, Indonesia, and stuff. But this one is Chinese made. This is USA made. And let's see how they sound. So we're going to start off with the Epiphone. Running through the PD Classic 50. I know it's not actually on the screen. It's actually right here. Right here. Through my pedal board into the guitar. No pedals are active. And we'll see how it sounds. I'm going to play the same exact chord progression. I haven't figured out what chord progression yet. On both guitars. So, I am on the gain channel, and the reverb is turned on. Let's turn that reverb off. Okay, so bridge pickup on both. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Let's grab the Gibson and see if it sounds any different. Also, on the bridge pickup, this is darker sounding. than the Epiphone. The Epiphone has a little bit more brightness to it, which if I were to attribute it, maybe the fretboard, because it's different wood. So, I'm not sure what it could be. But, and I mean different pickups. The pickups on the Epiphone are actually brighter sounding than the pickups on the Gibson. Now I will say, just for clarity, the Epiphone is strung normally through that. The Gibson is strung this way around. That's how I received them. I have not restrung these guitars since I've gotten them. I've had this for a couple days and I got the Gibson today. So, but does it sound 2 times better? Let's go on the clean channel. Neck pickup. I'm going to go ahead and call it right now and say that it's not going to sound 2 times better. I will say, though, it does feel better. 2 times the cost feel, maybe not, but it does feel better. I will say the neck pickup has a little more depth to it, just from being in the room and hearing it. Maybe a little more clarity too. Let's go to the bridge pickup. And with the string wrapping, that doesn't really affect the tone. It may affect the sustain. That's really about it. Now that's interesting to me. The clean channel on the bridge on the SG sounds, on the Gibson, sounds brighter than it does on the Epiphone, but on the gain channel, it's the reverse. That might just be me. That might just be my hearing. Also, don't think that the neck pickup on the Epiphone is as crystal clear as you kind of get on the Gibson. But here's the beauty of that. And the biggest thing. These pickups can go in this guitar. If it's just the pickups, that's something you can do. But let me ask you this. Now, the pickups, maybe together, are going to run maybe $100. The pots are definitely different. That might change the sound. That's splitting hairs. But, you know, you can probably get a set of Gibson 490R and 490T. The color, that's not going to affect it. I don't care what Billy Corgan says, in my mind. Anyway, the color of the pickups, or the guitar for that matter. Anyway, you can put these pickups in this guitar. It's going to cost you probably about $100. If you know how to install them yourselves, cool. If you're going to have it installed, it's probably going to be labor of probably about $50. This is all just me guessing. So that's $150 you're spending on this guitar, on top of the $250. Okay, well that's $400. So you're now $100 away, if not in the range of this one, that you've already spent on this one. It's completely up to the person, really, if it's worth it. In my opinion, I wouldn't say it's worth it unless you really liked the guitar. That's the big thing. What feels better to you? This feels better to me than this. I prefer this neck shape. I will say that the headstocks are, this is more of an extreme angle, so it's going to break more easily than this. The tuners are the same, so probably, not guaranteed, they're probably going to hold tune about relatively the same. It's not guaranteed, but still. Honestly, I'd say if you want a Gibson, buy a Gibson. If you want an Epiphone, buy an Epiphone. That's just my thought. You know, if you can't afford a Gibson, buy an Epiphone. You know, then if you really love that Epiphone, you can just upgrade it with Gibson parts. If you really want a Gibson, save up and buy a Gibson. That's what I did. But not everyone can do that. So, you know, it's really up to personal preference, I think. Yeah, so that's my video. I just wanted to do a fun, quick comparison before this guitar goes back. But yeah, and this in the future I'm going to do some modding. One thing I'm definitely thinking about doing is getting some pickup covers. And who knows what else we'll see. But for now, this is a cool guitar. This is a cool guitar. You guys are awesome. I'm Jack Punkington, and I'm signing out. Peace, guys.